Gentlemen, listen closely. If you're loading up on beetroot for your heart and blood flow, you may be unknowingly missing the one ingredient that makes it work where it matters most. The reason so many men see no improvement in firmness or morningwood isn't because beetroot is ineffective. It's because no one told you the critical step you're leaving out. Beetroot by itself cannot open the tiny arteries that supply your manhood. It's like having a powerful engine without the key to start it. Beetroot needs a catalyst, a chemical signal, something that activates the vascular response your body has been begging for. That missing link is what most men never discover. I'm Dr. Catherine Rocker, and I help men who feel their confidence slipping. I see the same quiet questions in their eyes. Why does the mirror feel different now? Why does intimacy come with worry? Why did the strength that once felt natural fade so fast? These moments carry real weight. They affect how you see yourself, how you show up in your relationships, and how you move through your day. You deserve to know what's really happening inside your arteries. Erections depend on blood flow, not motivation, not desire, not effort. When your blood vessels narrow in silence, you lose the signals that once told you everything was working fine. Beetroot gives your body valuable fuel, but without the right partner ingredient, that fuel never turns into the surge of circulation you need. Before we go deeper, I invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell for honest, science-backed tools for more science-backed guidance. Type yes if you're ready to take control again, or 0 if you want more clarity. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Let's start with a question most men over 50 are afraid to ask out loud. When was the last time you woke up with that unmistakable morning surge, that natural sign of vitality that used to make you feel confident and alive? For many men, one day it's just gone. Not a slow fade, not a gentle warning. It simply disappears overnight, leaving only silence and doubt in its place. We're told that aging shows up in gray hair or creaky knees, but the truth is it starts deep inside, in the invisible flow of blood through your arteries. Long before wrinkles or joint aches, your circulation begins to slow in places you can't see. No early red flags, no doctor points it out on your birthday. So when your strength falters, it feels sudden and so confusing. This change touches every part of your life. The nights grow quieter. Intimacy starts to feel like a challenge to be avoided. This doesn't happen because the love is gone. It happens because confidence quietly drains away with every unsuccessful attempt. You might feel like you're playing a role in your own home, pretending everything is fine, while privately worrying that you've lost something essential to who you are. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear this. You're not weak, and you're not alone. The frustrations, the shame, the questions you've been battling, none of it means you're less of a man. They mean you've never been given the real, actionable answers you deserve. Your masculinity isn't fading. It's simply waiting for the right support. The problem isn't your desire or your will. The problem is that the pathways for blood flow have become narrowed and less responsive. I see this in my practice all the time. Strong, capable men who feel betrayed by their own bodies. But here's the hopeful truth. This decline in blood flow isn't a permanent sentence. You can rebuild it. The arteries that have tightened can be encouraged to relax and open up again. That robust circulation you remember can return, and with it, the vitality and confidence you thought were gone for good. Most men have been misled about how their own bodies work. If erections fade, you're told it must be low testosterone or a lack of desire, or maybe you just aren't trying hard enough. But here's the biological reality. An erection is almost entirely about blood flow, not brute strength or mental drive. It might shock you, but hormones and libido are only part of the story. The real drive is your circulation. Let's think of it this way. The penis isn't a muscle you can flex into action. It's a vascular organ. essentially a chamber of blood vessels that fills up like a water balloon. Achieving firmness is a hydraulics issue, not a strength problem. You could have all the desires in the world, but if the blood isn't flowing into that chamber with enough force and volume, nothing will happen. This is also why changes in your erectile function are such a critical early warning sign. The arteries supplying blood to the penis are incredibly small, much narrower than the ones leading to your heart or legs. Think of a main water pipe compared to a thin garden hose. Even a tiny amount of narrowing in these small arteries has a massive impact on the end result. A minor 10% reduction in blood flow can lead to a 50% loss of firmness. Your body is often telling you about a circulatory issue here first, long before any other symptoms appear. This is also why relying solely on medication can feel unsatisfying. Those pills work by forcing the arteries to open wide for a short time. They're a temporary bypass, like traffic cones directing cars around a pothole, but they don't actually repair the road. They don't clean out the gunk or restore the health of your blood vessels. For a lasting solution, you need to focus on rebuilding and maintaining the health of your circulation from the inside out. So now you see the core of the issue. It's a matter of circulation, not character. And this brings us back to that initial promise about beetroot. If the problem is blood flow, and beetroot is supposed to help with that, why has it let so many men down? The answer isn't that beetroot is useless. It's that you've been using it without its most important partner. Here's a scenario I see all the time. A man determined to turn his health around starts doing all the right things. Maybe you've been there yourself. You started drinking beetroot juice every morning. You ate more salads and cut back on processed foods. Yet when you lie in bed at night, you feel the same frustration. Your body isn't responding in the way you truly need it to. It's confusing, and frankly, it can feel infuriating. The honest truth is that beetroot on its own has a limitation. It's a healthy food, but it isn't a complete solution for those specific, tiny arteries that control your erectile function. Using beetroot by itself is like having a car with a full tank of gas and a dead battery. The potential for power is there, but you lack the spark to get the engine turning over. Many men tell me they've even adopted a Mediterranean diet, rich in vegetables and healthy fats. They see their blood pressure numbers improve slightly at their checkup, and they feel a sense of accomplishment. But that victory feels hollow when they return home and see no change in the bedroom. This disconnect between general health and specific function is where confusion sets in. That confusion often grows into frustration. When frustration doesn't lead to answers, it can become a quiet fear that maybe this is just your permanent reality. This fear leads many good men to simply give up and stop looking for solutions altogether. The missing piece comes down to a simple bit of biology. Your body needs to convert the nitrates in beetroot into something called nitric oxide. This nitric oxide is the master switch that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. However, if the lining of your blood vessels is inflamed or isn't functioning optimally, that conversion process is inefficient. The nitrates from the beetroot are present, but they're stuck like a delivery truck that can't find the right address to drop off its package. The beetroot provides the raw materials, but it often can't complete the final, crucial step on its own. It sets the stage, but the play can't begin without the main actor. That missing actor, the one that makes the difference between a weak, fading erection and a strong, confidence, one comes down to something as humble as garlic. Yes, garlic. The same cloves you throw into spaghetti sauce without a second thought. It sounds almost laughable, doesn't it? We're conditioned to think only expensive pills or high-tech treatments can solve serious problems. But sometimes the most powerful tools are the most ordinary. This common clove holds the key to unlocking everything we've discussed. Let's talk science for a moment, because you deserve to know why something so simple could be so effective. When you crush or chop a fresh clove, it releases a compound called allicin. When allicin enters your bloodstream, it tells the lining of your blood vessels to produce more nitric oxide. Remember, nitric oxide is the chemical that commands your arteries to relax and widen. Garlic doesn't just suggest this to happen. It actively triggers the process. This is the specific signal that commands those tiny arteries to open up, allowing blood to rush in with the force and speed required for solid, reliable firmness. But garlic's benefits don't stop there. It's a true health multi-tool. It helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels and acts as a natural anti-inflammatory, calming the system-wide irritation that stiffens arteries. It even supports stable blood sugar and feeds the good bacteria in your gut. A healthier gut means less inflammation throughout your body, which in turn protects your circulation and hormone balance. So you're not just working on one issue, you're tuning up your entire internal ecosystem. I hear the same comments from men who start using garlic consistently. They often say, "Doc, I feel like a light turned on inside me again." They report sleeping more deeply through the night and waking up with more energy. Their hands and feet feel warmer. Then comes the morning they quietly celebrate. They wake up to that familiar, natural firmness they haven't felt in years. It isn't forced by a pill. It's their own body, finally functioning the way it should. The look of relief in a man's eyes when he shares this news is why I do this job. Now, it's important to be clear. Garlic isn't a magic spell. It's a biological switch. It activates processes your body is fully capable of, but has simply forgotten how to start on its own. Think of it as the key that turns the ignition. But a key alone can't take you anywhere. You need fuel in the tank. And that brings us back to beetroot. What happens when you turn the garlic key in an engine that's fully fueled with beetroot? The result is a synergy that can change everything. Now, what I'm about to tell you is the single most important takeaway of this entire presentation. Garlic alone is good. Beetroot alone is good. But together, these two humble foods create a synergy in your body that neither can achieve on its own. A synergy that has revived bedroom performance for men, not just in their 50s, but into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. I've seen men who had all given up hope suddenly find themselves feeling like the clock rolled back decades, thanks to this simple combination. Here is how they work. Garlic acts first, sending the strong signal to your blood vessels to relax and widen. Then, beetroot delivers a rich supply of nitrates, the raw material your body uses to fuel that increased blood flow. It's like finally opening a clogged floodgate at the very moment a heavy rain fills the reservoir behind it. The result is a surge of blood flow that neither ingredient can produce alone. The change this brings extends far beyond the physical. I remember of a patient who hadn't seen a true morning erection in over a year. After a few weeks of this routine, he came into my office with a quiet smile. He didn't need to say anything dramatic. He simply said, "It's back." For other men, the first sign is a renewed sense of connection with their partner. The return of spontaneous, confident intimacy means more than any pill ever could. It's the return of playful touches and easy affection, the feeling of being fully present again without the shadow of doubt or fear. Now, I have to be very honest with you. Most men who don't get the full benefits because they try these foods in scattered, inconsistent ways. They expect quick miracles and give up too soon. They throw a clove of garlic into a meal, drink beet juice for a day or two, and feel disappointed when nothing dramatic happens. When I ask how they use the ingredients, it's usually random. Maybe the garlic was overcooked. Maybe the beetroot wasn't taken at the right time. Maybe the combination wasn't consistent. Their biology isn't the issue. Their technique is. Your biology is capable. It's simply waiting for the right instructions, followed consistently. The solution is effective, but it requires a specific method and a little patience. Your body is ready to respond when you give it the correct signal in the right way. Let's give it that, right now. About 10 to 15 minutes before your two main meals, take 1 or 2 cloves of fresh garlic. Crush or mince them finely, and mix them into a glass of water or a small spoonful of honey. Drink or swallow it down slowly on an empty stomach. If chewing raw garlic is too intense, you just chop it into tiny pieces and gulp it with water like pills. The key is that it's raw and freshly crushed to release the allicin. This primes your blood vessels, getting them ready to respond, and helping to manage your blood sugar before you even start eating. Next comes the heart of the method, bringing garlic and beetroot together in at least one meal each day. For example, you might prepare a vibrant salad with spinach or mixed greens. Add in about half a cup of roasted or boiled beetroot. Toss in other veggies you enjoy. Then, make a simple dressing from extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, and 1 or 2 freshly crushed garlic cloves. Toss it all together. If salad's not your thing, you could do a side of beets sautéed, lightly with olive oil and plenty of garlic, or even a beetroot soup garnished with minced garlic and herbs. The form isn't as important as the combination. You need the beetroot and the garlic in your bloodstream together. This is when you turn both keys in the lock together, creating that powerful surge in blood flow. As you make this a daily habit, you're going to start noticing changes that prove it's working. Perhaps after dinner, you'll feel more warmth in your hands and feet instead of the usual chill. You might find that if you check your blood pressure, it's a few points lower on the nights you have your beet garlic meal. These are the subtle shifts indicating that internally the circulation switch is on. The first signs of improvement are often not sexual, at least not immediately, but they're incredibly encouraging if you pay attention. You might wake up feeling a bit more rested because better blood flow at night helps deeper sleep. You might notice you have a tad more energy during the day, or that climbing a flight of stairs doesn't leave you quite as winded. These little victories are important. They're your body's way of saying, okay, I'm healing, keep it up. Then, often when they least expect it, something dramatic happens. Perhaps a week or 2 into the routine, you'll have morning where you wake up and do a double take at yourself. That familiar firmness might just be back, standing at attention as if no time has passed. The beauty of this moment is that it feels natural. It's not forced by a medication timed to the night before. It's your body functioning on autopilot the way it used to. I've had men tell me they almost didn't believe it at first. They waited for it to vanish like a dream, but then it kept happening, morning after morning. That's when they knew this was different from any quick fix they'd tried. Remember, none of these changes happen by accident or luck. They happen because you made a decision and stuck with it daily. Every time you prepare that garlic and beetroot, you are sending a powerful message to your body that you're still in the game. You're making a conscious choice to support your vitality, and your body will faithfully respond to that care. Before we close, I need to issue a very important warning. One that could save you from turning a solvable problem into a far worse one. In moments of desperation, I've heard of men doing extreme, almost painful things to themselves in an attempt to regain function. So let me say this as clearly as possible. Never, ever apply raw garlic directly to your genitals. Never. I have treated men who came to me in severe pain with chemical burns and blisters after trying this out of desperation. They hoped for a quick fix and found only injury and regret. The solution is not and will never be found in harming your body from the outside. The only true path to restoring your erection is through internal healing. This garlic and beetroot method works because it respects your body's natural biology. It focuses on fixing the problem from the inside by reducing inflammation, healing the lining of your blood vessels, and reminding your system how to function properly. This is the opposite of a quick trick. It is a steady, reliable process of rebuilding your foundation. This approach requires a specific mindset. You need to choose discipline over desperation. The men who see life-changing results are not the ones frantically jumping from one miracle cure to the next. They're the men who take a deep breath, commit to the simple daily routine, and trust that their body will respond. Consistency is what earns your body's cooperation and rewards you with lasting change. When you commit to this path and your blood flow returns, the victory is about more than physical function. It's a restoration of your confidence and your quiet dignity. It's about looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself again, without doubt or hesitation. It's about reclaiming the part of you that connects deeply with your partner and engages fully with your life. This journey is about becoming whole again, and that's a goal worthy of your effort. You've stayed with me this far. That tells me something important about you. You're a man who refuses to give up when life tests him. You're someone who leans in, learns, and fights for the strength, confidence, and closeness that still belong to you. That kind of determination is rare, and it deserves real respect. I want a few truths to stay with you long after this video ends. Your erections depend directly on your blood flow. This isn't a permanent decline. You can rebuild it. And the garlic plus beetroot combination isn't just another health trend. It's a science-supported method that gives your body specific signals and materials it needs to restore robust blood flow. For the best results, make this protocol part of a healthier life. Pair it with a daily 20-minute walk and a focus on whole, unprocessed foods. You're not just addressing one issue. You are rebuilding your entire foundation for lasting strength and energy. I've had the privilege of seeing this transformation firsthand. I've watched men in their 70s rediscover a spark in their eyes and a confidence in their step. I've seen relationships revitalized because silent worry was replaced with easy connection and intimacy. You deserve to feel that strength again. You deserve to experience that deep, confident connection with your partner. You deserve to look in the mirror and see a man who knows his power has never truly left him. So my challenge to you is simple. Start tonight. Don't wait for tomorrow or for the right moment. Crush that first clove of garlic before your evening meal. Roast those beets for your salad. Your body is ready and waiting for your signal. It will respond. If this message helped you in any way, please tap the like button. Share it with a man who needs honest guidance. In the comments, tell me where you're starting from. And subscribe so I can keep walking this road with you. I want to stay in your corner, step by step, until you look in the mirror and see your strength staring back at you. I'm Dr. Catherine Rocker. I say to you, with all my conviction, it's not too late for you. Your most vibrant chapters are still ahead. The power to write them is in your hands.